Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Khalid and I share my experiences and learnings throughout my art journey. Today I wanted to talk about art goals. I will have this drawing process running so that you'll have something to look at while I speak. But before we start, please support me by clicking the like and subscribe buttons. What should our goals be? A lot of us may have heard that the best goals are SMART goals. The word SMART means specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely. I think it's important to have the right goals in mind in order to succeed and improve. And this is where the SMART goals come in place. If our goals are not specific and measurable, for example, we'll never be able to know if we're improving. When we look at the acronyms in SMART, it makes it clear that some of the goals that we might have generally might not be the best goals. For example, if I just say I want to get good at art, there's no way to measure this. It's not very specific or measurable, and also we don't really have a timeline for it. Another bad example is to draw every day. Although it's specific and you can measure that by knowing if you're drawing every day or not, but is it actually realistic or achievable? Life happens and we get busy or we get sick or we go on vacation and traveling, and this draw everyday goal becomes very unrealistic, and we will be disappointed very fast when we're not maintaining it. One of the things that I like to do is to have long-term goals or a vision as well as shorter-term goals. So the long-term goals could be something that you want to achieve in the next 2 years or 3 years, could be longer, could be shorter. But usually it's something that motivates you, something that keeps you going. Every time you get tired or you want to remember why you're doing this, you try and remember that long-term goal. For example, in my case, one of my long-term goals right now is to be able to build an audience, provide value, and get monetized on YouTube in 2 to 3 years. At the beginning of the year, I had also made some other goals that will keep me going and helps me have focus for the year. One of the important things that I wanted to do this year was to draw more and spend more time drawing. But that alone is not really a very specific goal. So what I decided to do is I made it a goal to spend about 450 hours this year on drawings. So that's about 8 to 9 hours a week. So the reason I put the goal as a year is so that I can give myself flexibility. Some weeks I might not do any drawings or just very few hours, and other weeks I can catch up and do a lot more. And on average, I'll be able to do the 9 hours a week to reach the 450 hours. One of the critical things is to make sure you write down your goals so that you can always refer back to them and see how you're doing with them. And writing them always keeps it as a reminder. So for example, for the 450 hours that I need to do, I keep track, and every week I write down how many hours I've been drawing for the week, and I make sure by the end of the year I can see if I have met the goal or not. One of my other goals for this year was also to focus on a more structured approach to drawing and also learning anatomy and head studies. So I decided to sign up for Mark's Digital Art School so that I will have lessons and assignments that I can work on and gives me the structure that I need to improve. So again, here, instead of having just get better at drawing, I decided to make the goal sign up for a course and try and finish a certain part of it. So I'm trying to make sure by the end of this year, I have the anatomy section of the course finished. Another habit that I'm starting to develop is to have shorter goals. And I think these shorter goals are important because you'll be able to finish them faster and gives you a little bit more motivation as far as finishing a goal. For example, a couple months ago, I decided to do the 100 heads challenge in 10 days. And finishing that and achieving that just gives you the motivation to keep going and focusing on other goals. Another example is that I always struggled drawing hands and feet, so I made a short-term goal for 1 month to try and finish 100 hands and 100 feet studies. And another one that I'm working on right now is to do 100 full body anatomy studies in 1 month. Although these goals are important and I try to keep working on them on a regular basis, it's also important to take a break from working on them and draw something for fun, so that drawing doesn't become a chore by just doing studies, and it really helps keep the motivation up. Also remind you that drawing can be fun and it's not just about studies. One suggestion that I have and I try and do is every once in a while, every few months, to go back and look at my older work. It helps me see how much I have improved and makes me know that working on these goals really work, and it encourages me to keep going and working more and more on the goals. I hope that this has helped you think about your goals, and I'm always refining my goals to make them better. Our goals can be flexible and we can always revisit them. Maybe every year we have newer goals, and maybe some goals that we had don't make any sense and we want to change them. Let me know in the comments below what were your goals for this year, and if you're still working on them and you're on track on finishing them. And please don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you in the next video.